Good evening.
Hello.
Hi,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yay, it's December and we get to have our fun show tonight.
I know. This is a fun show. Kind of recap of 2022.
Really?
Looking forward to 2023. I can't believe we're saying that.
This year's gone so fast. I think
Way
we
too
work like
fast.
6-7 days a week, so of course it goes really fast.
Way too fast.
But it's been an amazing ride, and we have so many things planned for next year. We're so darn excited that the team has worked so hard to do a lot of really cool new stuff with the Aesthetic Immersion. So that's going to be coming down the pipe. We're going to tell you about a lot of that.
Yep, exactly. But we always do a catch up. I
Right?
actually haven't been here.
I know he wasn't here last month because where have you been forever?
I was on vacation.
The whole month of November, pretty much.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Partly.
Yeah.
2 weeks, I went to Japan. If you guys didn't already follow my eating habits.
And what did you bring back for me that I'm obsessed with?
Oh, she loved truffle anything. So if you guys want to get her something, buy
Truffle
her
flavored anything.
Truffle flavored anything. I got her Pringles. Pringles makes truffle chips, and they are actually really good.
so
They're really, really good.
They're so good. So I went on Google and ordered some.
You can order them?
Well, I kind of
Okay.
pushed the button before I realized how much shipping was.
Oh.
I
How much
ordered
was shipping?
the same cost as the Pringles. So I ordered like 7 little containers. They were $3.50. I'm like, that's not bad. It's like $25. And then I go click, and shipping was $24.95. I'm like, oh, that wasn't really good. I won't do that again.
It's okay.
Next time you go to Japan, you just bring me some.
As long as you enjoyed it.
I'm
As
paying
long
for
as you
I'm paying
enjoyed
for the flight over the United States.
But no, and then what did I do? Over Thanksgiving, I was in Thailand, which was cool. I got to speak at one of the conferences there.
Yeah, ICAD.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like this year, both of you and I kind of started doing a little bit of international. I did a little bit more. Got to go to Korea, got to go to Thailand. We were in London, so we'll see where next year takes us.
Yeah, it's like we're kind of traveling a lot. We're getting our miles, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
It's been fun.
I feel #blessed.
For sure.
Super fortunate to do what we're doing and
Yes.
share what we've learned with everybody around the world now, which is really neat.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So you were in Taiwan for a while.
Taiwan, visiting my family. My niece and nephew got moved back there so they can learn Chinese. So we'll see.
and you went shopping a little.
Only a little.
If you know Gideon, he went shopping a lot. Yeah,
Little.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
But it was fun. It
That's
was
good.
fun. It was a good getaway. Now back to the grind. And now we have to look forward to what we're going to do in 2023.
Yeah,
Lots of fun things, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
fun things. Did you want to ask me what I was doing?
No. Of course. She's busy.
I was
I'm
I wasn't
sure.
really
She was
many
teaching.
places, but what was really exciting was last weekend I was in New York, and Shinobe Aguilera asked me to speak at a congress called BTS, which is Beauty Through Science, which is the first time it's been held in the United States. It's usually held in Zurich, and they've never ever had nurses speak at the conference, and I was the
That's
first and
amazing.
only nurse to speak at the conference. So I was incredibly
Congratulations.
honored, and it turned out to be just super fun and a really good experience. So I hope I did the nurses proud out there.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an interesting thing because around the globe, like going to ICAD, going to the one in Korea, Demire, and speaking at those, there are unfortunately no nurses.
Yeah.
Majority of nurses in those countries, the Asian countries, some of the European countries, there are no nurses that are like you guys, the nurse practitioners that are really injecting. There really is the physicians only. And so unfortunately, majority of them outside the country are physician only. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll change in the future.
I hope
We'll
so.
see.
I hope we opened a few doors.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Super honored. Yeah, it's exciting.
So, what are we going to do today? We have lots of fun things to talk about.
We do. We have a fun show tonight. So we are going to be talking quite a bit about kind of what we have coming up in store.
Yeah.
For the 2023 schedule for the Aesthetic Immersion, and we're going to announce our 12 Days of Aesthetics giveaway. So that's what we have every year, and we have wonderful partners that have donated things that you guys are going to have a chance to win, and they're really cool, nice things.
It's our little giveaway show.
I know. I feel like it's our Oprah giveaway show.
Maybe one day we'll be able to afford a car to give away.
Right? Everyone in the audience gets a car. I love it. You all get a 32 gauge needle.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's start off with our 2023 schedule. We have
So if you guys have your
going
phones,
on.
if you guys have the ability to kind of screenshot some of this, I would recommend it because we're going to be putting a lot of dates up there for our schedule, and you'll have an idea. It'll be on our website later, or soon. But just screenshot this so you have an idea of what things you want to sign up for, what things you want to take, and put on your calendar for the next year, so you can totally schedule around Aesthetic Immersion.
Of course,
plan your vacations around us, everything. So here we go, 2023 schedule. We're going to kind of read it to you and let you know what we have so far. And we can always add different things into here. But the foundations courses, you see FOAA, which is Foundations of Advanced Aesthetics, and FOAD is Foundations for Aesthetics for Dentists. Now, we combine those courses. The dentists, we kind of work on the perioral areas in those courses. But those are the dates for those courses, and those are the ones that are both didactic, virtual, and the hands-on are here in Brea, California, Southern California.
Exactly. And so great foundational class. Even if you've been doing this for a year or 2 years, you want a stronger foundation. I think our course really, really emphasizes the whys. So hopefully some of you guys who have joined us can let us know, give us feedback. We've gotten some amazing feedback on why our course has truly excelled. I mean, ultimately, we keep the class size very small. I think no more than 10 to 12 students. You get hands-on, one-on-one with us. And I think that's what everyone's always looking for, hands-on experience. And so that leads into some of the other things that we're doing this year. AI Lab, if you look at it, those are going to be the dates for when we're going to be doing kind of either geared, more advanced areas of training. So whether it's temples, under eyes, lips, jaw lines, we're going to be doing more of a advanced training, hands-on training for those courses. And then probably have even some that are more open-ended where you come in and we bring it up to your level, whatever you're trying to work on, whether it's cannulas, whether it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So those are the labs that are the very detailed, focused labs. So we will have that up on our website to let you know what they will be focusing on exactly, so you know what to sign up for. The space will be even smaller in those. We won't have as many spaces open in those because we do have, again, one-on-one hands-on mentoring for that stuff. And then you see in the middle, you see FOT. That's Foundation of Threads. So if any of you want to learn threads, those are the 1, 2, 4 times this next year that we will be putting on our threads course. And we've done this a few times. It's been an absolute hit. And the students come back loving threads and really learning so much more about them and being more comfortable placing them and learning anatomy and
threads is
how to do it.
Definitely need hands-on. I mean, even if it's just one course, it really is a couple courses that you really need to get hands-on because you need to feel that tissue plane, understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to feel. So you run into little to no complication. I think if you know your tissue planes, really is, I mean, honestly, less complications than you would have with potential fillers.
Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, and the complications, if you have something with a thread, it's like puckering or a bruise. It's not an occlusion. It's, and the majority of complications with threads are going to be provider specific. So they're really provider dependent. So I think if we learn to do them appropriately and we know planes of tissue, you're going to have good outcomes. You get to know your threads. get to know your threads really well. I get to know and
And
love them.
all all threads are not made the same.
No.
So just like the fillers, they're different rheologies. There are certain ones that are better than other ones, and so I just threads is one of those fun things to add into your toolbox. It doesn't take care of everything, but it definitely adds to what you can do for your patients.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
added like a whole different depth to our practices.
It has threads will treat what we couldn't treat with fillers.
Yes.
We can treat volume loss, bone loss with fillers, but you don't want to lift skin as your goal with fillers. So with threads, we can do that. We can reapproximate tissue and help the patient look more like they used to look, and it's beautiful. Yeah, they're awesome. We love them. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, pretty
Yours
much
too?
one of my
Yeah,
favorite
my
things to do.
favorite thing too. Yeah.
All right,
Love it.
so you guys have an understanding of some of the hands-on. One of the great things about our hands-on courses is we do record the day.
Yeah.
I think that's very specific to us, because we really wanted you to be able to enjoy the day, get to do the actual treatments, and then watch it again. It's kind of like I remember med school, they would record us in the rooms when we went in to do our SOAP, our evaluation of patients, and then we would be reviewing it and seeing where we missed out, where we could have approached the patient in a different way, asked a different question, and so you get the whole recording of the day. So sometimes you're injecting or you're doing something, and you're going and you're just doing it without actually absorbing it. And when you go back and you watch it, you're just like, oh, that's why they told me to adjust it. That's why they told me to do that. And you really gain some valuable insights with regards to it. I think most courses, I don't think any course out there records it.
I don't
Majority of
know of
times you go there,
anything.
you're like, yeah, inject. You go home, you're like, oh yeah, I took the course.
What did
and
you
then
tell me? What'd they say?
What did I remember? Yeah. So I mean, I think it's really a great addition that we do, that we offer as part of the course. Part of what you're paying for is that recording that you get access to. So
It's pretty
just
valuable.
FYI.
We are live with your comments too. So if you guys want to type in any comments, we can see it and we
ask
can answer some
questions.
questions. So we want this to be interactive. So if you have questions, ask us anything, you guys. So we can see it down here.
Yeah.
So starting January, we have, on the 3rd, we have an AI Live webinar, which is kind of what we're doing tonight. It's going to be everything exosomes. So both Dr. Kwok and I, we both use exosomes, absolutely love them.
Yep.
So we are going to be talking about that and have a special guest with us that evening to kind of explain and talk about that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love exosomes.
So do I.
And then if you are interested in learning more about the exosomes and other things that company has to offer, there is their microneedling RF, the Silphium X, which is one of our, hands down, my favorite microneedling RF, like hands down. There's nothing that compares. I know people are all into Morpheuses, sorry guys, but nothing in comparison as far as the results. Exosomes added on top, great benefits, and then of course there are the MirQ threads that they have, and so there will be some webinars that will be offered. I believe they are going to be free, so you look out on the AI website if you want to join any of those webinars. I think we may be speaking at them.
Yeah.
I don't
think
know.
some
They
of
have
there's
the
different speakers.
KOLs
I
and
know
stuff
both
like
of
that.
us are, I'm not sure which days we're doing it, but we will be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, January 17th, we are doing an AI webinar on cheeks, but my lollipop technique.
Your lollipop technique, which is an advanced technique, and it's a great technique. And it's funny because I see people kind of all over the world doing this, and I've known you for over 15 years, and he's been doing that procedure for at least 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's yours.
Yes.
It's yours. Really interesting technique. Years ago, I'm like, what is he doing that for? And then as the years go on, and I understand blending and tissue and how it makes total sense. You were ahead of your time, by the way.
You know what? That's the fun thing about this field is playing, understanding what you're doing, why you're doing something, really just thinking the science, thinking the anatomy, all of that aspect of it, it really, really is an amazing field that we are in, and you can create your own pathway. I mean, I call it my lollipop technique, but it's literally a depot mixed with a retrograde. And people in this industry just create names and claim it for themselves. I don't think I'm that type of person. I think all of my staff and anybody who's worked at the Skin Perfect family has known about the lollipop technique for the longest time. But we'll get you guys an understanding on that webinar on why I think it works really, really well, how you can poke the patient less, how I think it is a little bit safer as far as an injecting technique if you are using needles and stuff like that. So a lot of things that challenges you guys when you're addressing cheek and lollipop, and I think you get way better results with these cheeks than your typical perpendicular injections.
Oh, it's because you're blending while you're injecting.
Yeah.
You're being able to blend your heel to your valley in one injection.
Yep.
So that's what works so beautifully about it.
So if you're interested, learn about it. What is the name of that machine? Yes, it is the Silfirm X. You can see there will
Lonnie,
be a webinar.
Thank you. Hi, Lonnie. Hi, Lonnie out there. Hello, girl.
That honestly is one of our favorites. Yeah. If you want them to do a demo for you, let them know the Aesthetic Immersion sent you, and hopefully you can get a really good discount at the end of the year.
GLP-1 inhibitors. Oh, good question, Lonnie.
Yes,
absolutely. We have already added. We've been doing semaglutide for a while, and it is the new miracle drug for weight loss. Yes, we do.
Right, Lori?
Yes.
Right, Lori?
3 weeks, 7 pounds later. Yeah, you're just not hungry. It's the best thing ever.
It is it is very, 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 very cool. So the GLP-1s, I mean, up to the newer ones on the aspect of it. The Mounjaros, hopefully later on, though there will be a generic form that you guys can prescribe as well. But the Mounjaro is even better, 23% improvement with less side effects. So.
Yeah, there's really not many side effects. But good question, Lonnie. But a lot of people are getting onto the Ozempic. And then you all hear me now about the Ozempic face. Have you heard that? The Ozempic face. We have to fix the Ozempic face because everybody's losing weight. Everybody's losing weight and their faces are getting thin. We're like, we'll just refill you. It's okay. Get your body in shape and then we'll just fill your face with whatever we need to. So it's
Founders Club discussion about it. Oh, you can ask at Founders. That's what it's there for.
You'll be there tonight, Lonnie. So ask us in the Founders tonight. That's a good idea. We can talk all about that.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I like that. We'll do that. We'll bring that up as a subject.
All right, February. We are going to be at AmSpa. So if you guys are going to be at AmSpa, great conference to join if you are trying to get a little bit of the business aspect of it mixed with the actual medical aspect of it. I think it's a great little conference. It's going to be in Vegas that first week of February, and we will be there having a booth. Yep. So stop by, say hi to us. I think you and I probably are doing a few little lectures here and there. I'm trying not to do so much lectures so I can actually sit in on it. So
we rarely get to go to the lectures. So we really want to learn too. I love going somewhere where I don't talk at all and I can just be a student. That's the best thing ever. But like I said, he was talking, we're going to have a booth there at AmSpa, and in our booth is really cool. So we will videotape. We have an area where we'll videotape little commercials. If you have a product, or if you are representing somebody there or something, you want a little commercial clip, we can do that for you guys there and produce it and edit it. The other thing is we usually have a little area offset that you can play. So you can come and play with injectables and silicone heads, and it's kind of fun. So it's a kind of a fun interactive booth time. And if we can get there together to hang out with people, we really try to be down there and hang out with you guys. So it's fun.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Also, we are going to start offering an ultrasound course.
Yes.
Soon. But first will be AI Live, where we're just talking about ultrasound. I think there's going to be a bantering back and forth of what we think about ultrasound, how it should be used, maybe in your practice or not in your practice. So I think that's going to be an interesting topic.
Should you get one? Should you not get one? What do you need to know if you have one? I'll probably bring mine out here. We'll kind of show you what I have in my practice, and just kind of look at the pros and cons. look at both sides of the coin. I think some people are like, yeah, you don't need it. Some people are like, yeah, I use it all the time. So we'll kind of give you our viewpoints. So I think that'll be a really interesting AI Live.
Yep. Let's see. Moving on. March.
Ah,
Ooh.
Dr. Sadat.
Dr.
Okay.
Sadat. This is going to be very, very cool. We have a cool program coming out next year, and it's starting with Dr. Sadat. So he's a plastic surgeon out of Beverly Hills. And so we are going to start a whole series, AI webinar series, on anatomy and injecting these high-risk areas. So there will be an AI webinar on that March 14th. We're going to start off with the forehead, and we're going to move into different high-risk areas. As the months go by, there will be a series, I think 5, AI webinars related to anatomy, live dissection, as well as us injecting.
Yeah.
As
Well,
a balance.
Don't say
of it.
us.
Okay, maybe me injecting because I inject all the high risk areas. Lori doesn't. She doesn't want to pucker
I'm
her
a joy kill.
butthole.
Yeah. If it makes your butt pucker, you should probably shouldn't be doing it.
I'm okay with that. And then we're also going to do our biostimulants class. So it's a hands-on course. If you're interested in any of the biostimulants, your hyperdilute Kaha, hyperdilute Reyes, or your Sculptra, that's a course for you guys to come in and play with both of them hands-on.
Yeah, once you
That's
get your
very
hands
cool.
on it, you'll realize how fun and easy it is to do, and then you'll feel very comfortable going and taking it to your own clinic and doing it in your own clinic. So either Sculptra or hyperdilute Radius. So that's a really good course. So put that one aside if you guys want to learn more about that.
Yeah. Let's answer some questions.
I'm a new RN grad with 17 years LVN experience. Any suggestions on how to get started? Oh boy, I would say take classes. Get as much
FOA
education.
class is great.
Yeah, our Foundations of Advanced Aesthetics class would be perfect. You do get about a 12-hour didactic sent to you.
CME credits.
It's a credit where our courses are accredited, so you get the 12-hour. You get about 15 and a half hours for that course, but the one that sent you this didactic that you get to watch that for a whole year.
Yeah.
So the 19 modules you can watch over and over and say, what was that toxin module? What was that anatomy module? And you can kind of pull them out and look at them as you want to refresh it and learn. So the more knowledge you have, the more valuable you are to an employer.
Yep.
So the more education and experience you can get under your belt, the better.
Yep.
So get to classes, get some hands-on experience, get some education, go to conferences. Employers want to see that you want to take initiative and go out and learn.
Yep.
That's one thing I ask my potential candidates of hire when I'm interviewing them is, what do you do to learn? What do you do? And they're like, well, the company comes and teaches me. I'm like, no. What do you do to go out and seek education? Yeah. So if I don't see somebody that really wants to go out there and learn, I don't know how motivated they are.
You have to realize when we train for the companies, and hopefully you guys are seeking your own education. When we train for the companies, we come in, we discuss as much as we can, but it's the golden handcuffs. We can, our goal from the company standpoint is to get you to have an experience with the product that it's safe and you can inject it. Our goal is not to necessarily teach you a technique sometimes. Sometimes it's really just about getting a feel for the product, and that's about it.
With a certain needle and a certain syringe and a certain location.
Definitely not the way I practice in my practice. You have to realize the majority of everything I do is off-label. And when we teach, we have to teach very, 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 very on label. Otherwise, we're not within FDA guidelines. And so you guys that are out there, you guys really, really need to invest in your own education. This is why we created our library. You don't have to be a founder's member. You can be part of the mentorship. We have 3 different levels. You can start off with the lower level with a bunch of different, videos that you can start off with. And then as you get more experience, jump into the next level. And then if you're out there and you need someone to guide and be a mentor, that's why we have the founders level that we meet on a monthly basis, so you can ask questions and banter back and forth and see what's going on. We could talk about any and everything, right? Yeah. All the different things that we do out there and what we do in our own practices and how we push the envelope sometimes.
Yep. So kind of moving on, we're going to take all of our time on just this, but you're going to be at AMWC in Monaco.
Yep.
Back in February, you and I are probably both going to be at AMWC in Florida. We'll be back there.
Are we?
Pretty sure we're going to.
Okay.
Yeah, you
My
probably got the
schedule
memo, didn't
better
you?
be cleared.
I got the memo, but I'm trying to see. Well, we'll solidify that. And then we're going to have an ultrasound hands-on course, the 1st and 2nd of April, which is going to be
Yes.
awesome. That's
For
going to
you
be in
guys
Southern
that want an
California here.
ultrasound, to learn how to do the ultrasound, that's going to be the course for you guys.
That's ultrasound is a whole new language, and it's important to do it frequently, and learn it and keep learning it. It's kind of like learning another language.
Yep.
So it's a whole nother specialty in and of itself to be able to be good at it.
Yep.
It really is.
Then April, Benev is doing their webinars again on exosomes and either their threads or the SoFirm. And then the 15th is going to be their triple threat 3-hour webinar where we're talking about everything combined, how we use it in conjunction with each other, the microneedle RF with the threads, with the exosome, all at the same time. Okay, so great time there. May, we have a Neuromodulars AI webinar, which will be discussing different areas.
Yep.
I think people are good up above, but a nice refresher on anatomy is probably important. And then we can talk about all the other areas that we're doing, including lower face, how I'm doing a lot more lower face nowadays with regards to that.
Yeah. June, we kind of left off June there, but we will be traveling somewhere tropical.
Ooh.
And it's going to be somewhere that if you guys want to take a little vacation to Hawaii, you can write it off. So we are planning a small conference in Honolulu.
Are you going to let them know what this is about?
Shall we?
Of course.
Okay, go ahead and tell them.
We're going to be doing a cadaver course in Hawaii. There's going to be a limited amount of spaces. So if you're interested, send us an email, learn@theaestheticimmersion.com ahead of time so that we have you on the list. Because
We've already got people on the list.
We already have people already on the list.
Yeah.
And it's a limited number because we had to get the head shipped over. But we thought it would be what a great place. Why not do it in Hawaii?
It's going to be fun. So here's what's the deal. So on a Friday night, we're going to be having a cocktail reception. All day Saturday is going to be cadaver workshop. All day Sunday is going to be injection workshops, and then a business education at the end of it. So it's really going to cover everything, and it's going to be Honolulu. So plan it. So
set your dates.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be the middle of June.
Like middle, like a
middle of
16, 17, 18, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I can't remember the weekend exactly, but right in there somewhere.
All right. Let's see. July, we are going to be at the Aesthetic Show speaking. We'll have a booth there. We'll be taking our foundations of FOA class, our foundation of advanced aesthetic course, into a shorter form, and it will be on a road show at the Aesthetic Show this year. So look out for that if you guys want to meet up in Vegas and join us for that. Benev is doing another series of webinars in July, and then we're going to be talking about lips.
When to dissolve, when to fill. Absolutely. All right. So we wanted to move on. We'll go on to August and September. So take a picture of this. We're kind of going a long time here on these, but these are a lot of the things that are coming up.
Yep.
And we have everything from, growth factor injections to whatever different things we're doing, all the different webinars. So you can kind of look at all this good stuff, and
we'll continue to add on to it as the year
goes on. So our year's already pretty booked. You know? As I was looking at when I could take a vacation. I'm like, never.
You and I,
Hawaii.
Saturdays are gone. I know Hawaii will be our vacation for this year.
Oh gosh, Joanna was asking if we inject exosomes. In the United States, it's not FDA approved to inject exosomes. So as far as FDA approval, you can't. It doesn't mean that people don't. So people do and use it similar to like PRP. To help with all the growth factors, and exosomes are amazing cell communicators.
Yep.
And they're pretty cool to help things regenerate and regrow. So I wouldn't put it out there and advertise it if you do inject it, because you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying. I mean, there are different ones depending on what you are. The Benev ones that we like to use definitely are for topical. They're approved for topical. They're not approved for injection. However, do some of us do? Maybe. But there are other ones, like I do play around in the exosome stem cell world. So I do have ones where I do actually inject IV wise and into joints and stuff like that. But that's a whole different gambit.
Fixed us in COVID. Yes,
in the
it did.
rejuvenation route. That's
Yeah.
That's me and her working on preserving ourselves for the future.
We want to get better in 24 hours, and we did.
Yes, longevity. It's
Yeah.
quality of life.
Very quality of life.
Quality of life.
We make no claims on what it does, no. But we're here talking about it. Oh, gosh. Greg is asking, where can we find information on the cadaver course? Greg, we're going to be...
Gressa.
I'm sorry, Gressa. We're going to be putting it on our website probably in the next couple weeks. So just look for that.
But if you want to, just email at learn@theaesthetiCimmersion.com, and they can definitely get you more information once it's put up onto the website.
We'll get you on a list,
and then
at
get
least.
you on the list on that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I know there's a question about GLP stuff, working about that one. You're going to have to jump into the medical aspect of it and do your own research with regards to the Ozempics, the Wegovy's. Those are the ones that are being out there. There are ones that are, you can maybe find out at different states where you can go to the compound pharmacies and look for that.
Yeah, we can do a Founders Club call. We can do it for our Founders Club where we can kind of talk about the GLP-1 inhibitors. So that's a really good idea. I think we'll probably put that together.
And we are going to be working with Mint. Mint Threads is not out of the picture.
Oh, no, we love
we do, both of us train for Mint. We look on their website if you want to get specific trainings with us through Mint. But they're going to have their big
VIMUS,
the virtuals. I think next year they're going to actually even consider in live person hands-on, maybe type of live,
like a different type of a scenario.
Live conference. So look out for things with regards to that. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So that, in summary, there's a lot. So keep checking back on our website for the different courses. We're going to hopefully put a lot of things on Instagram, let you know. So just keep following us on Instagram. But we want to jump into the more fun
stuff.
part.
Yes, we want to talk about our contest. So every year we have a special contest, and it's called the 12 Days of Aesthetics.
Yes.
It is going to be a social media post it's a giveaway that has to do with the social media, all this good stuff.
All this good stuff.
Right. And
if you're going to enter to win.
Yep.
What's going to happen is you need to check every morning at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to release whatever the prize or the giveaway is going to be for that day. And then what you need to do that day is make sure that you're following the Aesthetic Immersion. Make sure you're following Lori at the Injection Expert. And make sure you're following me, Dr. Guns and Needles. Also follow the partnering company that is sponsoring the giveaway, and then tag 2 or 3 of your friends that you want to let them know that you're entering this, and for them to also enter into this. So that's the way we'll enter it. And then every day at 6 p.m. in the evening, so you have 12 hours to do all of this. You're going to
go in a raffle,
and hopefully you win.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be fun. So,
and if you have any issues, I'm sure we'll be posting it on an Instagram post with regards to how to sign up and register for these amazing gifts.
Yep, and these are some of our partnering companies, and they're terrific partners. Cosmoglow, I'll show you when we come back to me. There's a light behind me that is a wonderful dimmable light. The Aesthetic Show is giving away quite a few tickets on one of the days. Zeo Skin Health has lots of products they're giving away. Nutrafol for hair growth has products we're giving away. Mint Threads has items they're giving away, which
amazing.
I'll sign up for that too. Fit Scrubs. I don't know if you guys know that those are what I wear every day to work, and they're the most comfortable scrubs I've ever had in my life. So Fit has donated a couple sets
better than Figs?
Oh, way better than Figs. Oh, way better. They feel like jogging suits. They're the best scrubs I've ever had. And dog and cat hair don't stick to them because they're stretchy.
Oh,
It's wonderful.
nice. Stretchy's nice.
They're stretchy.
Oh.
They're the most comfortable scrubs. So anyway, Fit's awesome. They've donated a couple coupons for a couple sets of scrubs.
Ooh.
Airtight Products is a
Oh.
company that we get a lot of our cannulas and needles from. A great company back east. Super great people. And they've donated quite a bit for us. And then The Route, which is a company that is developed by a nurse practitioner, Nurse Nancy. It's on HSN. It's in Ulta, and she has amazing chemists that develop a lot of her products. And they are a whole skincare line with peels, really light little peels and peptides and amazing products day and night to go with the circadian rhythm of your skin, which is amazing. I didn't know we had a circadian rhythm, but we do.
That's cool.
Very interesting. And then Alastin Skincare, which is a wonderful line of medical grade skincare that has a lot of research behind it. And just by looking at all the histological slides, it's like we carry it in our offices because we believe in the products wholly.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
lots of good stuff.
Lots of fun things. I'm sure AI is going to be donating some things too.
Yes, we are. AI is donating.
So lots of fun things that are going to be given away at this giveaway. So hopefully you guys join us and register for all of these fun things.
And the items won't be sent until January. So when you win them, just hang in there for a little while because they won't be sent till January. I was going to tell you behind me right here, this is the Cosmo Glow light. It's a light that is actually dimmable, warm, cold, warm and cool lighting, and it's awesome. There's no shadows over it. So this is a great light that's going to be one of the things that's going to be given away. And we just have some of the other things hanging around us here.
A lot of the
All
things.
the ZO and Alastin.
ZO, The Route, Alastin.
Yep.
This is Drip and Wick.
Drip and Wick. We've got candles, just all kinds of fun stuff.
A lot of things that were donated. So we're excited to just give it away.
Yeah. I know. It's really good. Like on day 1, there'll be 1 item. On day 2, 2 items. Day 3, 3 items. So day 12, there's going to be 12 things given away.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
It'll be very fun.
Yeah.
What are you doing for the holidays?
I'm staying home.
I need to stay home.
I think we're going to smoke a turkey and just stay home.
Ooh,
Yeah.
smoke a turkey. Nice.
Yeah. What are you doing? You're staying
I have
home.
no
You're not
idea.
gonna-
I need to stay home.
Yeah, you do. You've been gone for 2 months.
I've been
I
gone
miss my partner.
literally for a whole month. I
know.
can't believe I left for
You
that
left
long.
me alone.
I left you alone. I know.
Last month they were really bored with me just sitting here all by
No,
myself.
they weren't. No, they weren't. They didn't even miss me.
Yes, they did miss you. They missed you.
They didn't even miss me. Well, you did call me.
Yes, I did. I FaceTimed him during the show. That was funny.
All right. Well, any questions, you guys?
Any questions for us? Well, we just have a couple more minutes. Any questions that you have for us?
All right.
Feel free to ask. Okay, so we've kind of let you know what's happening in the next year. We're going to be adding more things too. So if that didn't look like a long list, there's going to be more than that coming up. So we have a lot more things added, and we're going to be, as new research comes out, we'll probably end up adding new things too. So we always like to keep up on the newest and latest research out there so that we can share that with you guys. And it's wonderful. It's like the more you learn, the more you want to know.
Let us know. Email us, DM us, like what topics you guys want us to talk about with regards to the AI Lives. If you guys are members, founders members, and things like that, let us know because we sometimes we don't hear everything that goes on. We do get a lot of different people that come to us with cool new things. Like there was one where there's a stem cell where they can harvest your hair follicles and save them, and then potentially re-engineer things to actually
and grow your own stem cells from your hair follicles.
Yeah,
so instead of you being injected with somebody else's exosomes or stem cells, which it does carry a little bit of mRNA in those, they can harvest your own hair and process it and grow your own stem cells from that.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, having that done, say, with your children, if something happens later in life, you've got your own stem cells that can go and regenerate and go to damaged tissue or ill tissue or tissue that needs help and go straight for that and replicate. So there's new technology coming out all the time. What was the company named?
I forgot.
Oh, I forgot too.
I forgot.
It's a newer
It's a new
startup
one.
company.
It's a new
So
startup
if you
company.
email us, or
We may bring it in.
we'll figure it out. We
Once we
might bring
we'll
them in
let
to
you know.
talk.
Yes.
Really, really interesting stuff. We have a question from Kristen about any conferences that we suggest. There are so many good conferences out there, you guys.
There are.
I think any conference you go to, you're going to learn, because you can choose usually what subjects you want to go to, and you just pop in at the different rooms and start learning. We love the Aesthetic Show. We love AmSpa. We really enjoy. There's a lot of
Next was pretty
Aesthetic
good.
Next was excellent. That's in Dallas. Really good subject matters, really good information, good speakers to help bring good new information to you. BTS was excellent. BTS had a surgical side and a non-surgical side. So there are a lot of really good conferences. If you go internationally, you just went to
I think
ICAD.
ICAT was good. I'm gonna be going to Monaco, so AMWC. So on the international scale, I think there are two major big players, and they're part of the U.S. as well. AMWC and IMCAS are kind of the two big players. I think there's a little fight in between them.
A tug of war.
There's a tug of war, but I think it's a balance for you guys. If you're just starting, start with the conferences that are within the U.S. Go to one or two. I think sometimes if you go to too many, you see the same lecturers. One of the things that I didn't know until I started speaking actually on stage is we don't get paid to speak.
Yeah.
You don't get paid to speak, and that's why a lot of times you'll see some of the speakers at a lot of the conferences. They're always at these conferences. They'll pay for your airline ticket and your hotel room.
Maybe.
Maybe.
maybe not.
So you guys have to realize and give credit to the speakers that are doing the conferences out there, because it has to be, for the most part, non-partisan in the way that we talk, unless it's a sponsored talk by one of the companies. Majority of the people that are speaking are doing it out of their own goodwill. They're trying to educate. Hopefully you guys that are starting to be up and comers and really like the stage and want to present different things will start to present up on stage. But kind of that's the gist of the conferences. I think going to the US conferences, 1 or 2 per year is great, because to me, I find that the same kind of people sometimes cycle through the different conferences. So after you've gone through 2 or 3 of them, I think maybe start considering international conference once or twice, every so often, just so that you get a different scope, a different understanding of how people address things differently. And remember, these are just opinions from their own experience. It doesn't mean that it applies. I think sometimes when you go to Europe, they're injecting kind of very, 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 very minimally, to the point where I'm like, I didn't see very much results. And I don't think my patients would fly with that. They're not going to pay for those type of results. So
in different cultures want different outcomes.
So take everything with a grain of salt when you're learning. You are there to create your own artistry. And I hope you guys the takeaway is that get educated. The education, the anatomy, all of that is going to be pretty much standard. You can learn from it, you can build upon it, but take away the artistry, the ethnicities, all of that stuff is where you start to shine and create your own pathway and create your own mark in the field based off of that. So
Aman, can you grab the anatomy books off my desk? We have a question, Rosalind, good question. I'm going to have somebody go grab some anatomy books off my desk. What anatomy books do we like and applications?
Ooh.
So they're just gonna grab whatever's off of there, I don't know, but there's a few anatomy books that I really, really enjoy, that I like, that are really good reference books. As far as an app, there's one that's called Complete Anatomy by Elsevier, Elsevier books, and you can download it. It's an app that can go on your iPad or your iPhone, and it's a really nice one that I use a lot on my Instagram. If you've ever watched me with a little skull looking at vessels and veins, and I like it because you can kind of add more arteries in there, or take arteries away, or add muscle layers in, or take muscle layers away, and it's just a good little visual tool to kind of help. But that's called Complete Anatomy, and I think that runs about $100 a year to have. I really like
Yeah.
that one. I like that one. That's a good one for education.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Christina, is there a cost for next year's AI Live webinars? AI Live is always going to be free. It's our little talk show.
It's our
We do
Regis
that,
and Kathy.
But we do have a founders
Or Regis webinars.
We just have
Our
regular
webinars.
webinars. I think those typically run about $199
$199.
for those webinars.
And those are all on our website. So if you go on our website, there's
You can-
tons of webinars
You
on
can
there.
purchase previous webinars that we have done if they're a topic that you're interested in jumping into and learning about. Let's see, Miss Lynn.
How is our training different from Empire?
Ooh,
You know what?
very
It's very different.
We don't cattle herd.
Well, what we can tell you is what our students have told us. We didn't know we were different until our students started telling us how different we were as far as our courses. We started putting together all of this information. And there's even more. That's just two of them. We started putting together all of our information, hours and hours of PowerPoints and information of like what we needed to learn when we started. We didn't have anatomy when we first started. We just started injecting. So what we've long learned through the years, we kind of put this together. And the main thing that we put into our courses is why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you injecting that neuromodulator there?
Yep.
Why? Why is that wrinkle there? Think about it. If you know the why, then you're going to understand how to do things. Why is the face devolumized here? What layer of fat are you missing? So we're not teaching you just point and shoot. We're teaching you all that facial anatomy, the aging of facial anatomy, everything, so that you can really be a good knowledgeable injector. And our students come to us and go, okay, we didn't learn any of this stuff at other schools, which that's one of them that they mentioned. So I don't know what they teach or what they don't teach. I just know that I think ours is much more comprehensive.
Unfortunately, a lot of them out there are very cursory type of introductory type of courses. It's more or less kind of to give you a brief overview, kind of to say this is where you inject, how much you inject, without really explaining what Lori says is the why. And I think that is the key. The whole adage and verbiage that we talk about is you got to teach someone how to fish, not just give them the fish. When you go to some courses, they just give you the fish. Inject here, point 1, inject here, point 1, inject here, point 1. And it's a great introduction, but if you don't know why you're injecting it, you're going to miss a lot of things. And I feel as though if you're going to spend money in really, really getting a education, you want a good education. You don't want to relearn things that are not taught well.
Yeah, and the other thing is you get a whole welcome kit when you are in our course. So you get a whole book. You get a whole book, and so you can take all the notes that you want in your book, and you have that to keep. And then you have, like I said, the entire didactic you can watch for a year. So we give you, and then you come and do the hands-on course. So it's really intensive. It's very comprehensive. I think if you watch all the modules in one day, you'll be overwhelmed.
Yeah, you won't.
So just take your time and watch them slowly and kind of absorb it, and maybe watch one twice before you go on, because there's a lot of information, but you will be a good, safe injector after you take the course. You will be really safe.
The hands-on course that we provide is actually very different.
It's really,
because it really is one-on-one with us. Sometimes I'm grabbing the hand of my injector and actually doing it with them, rather than that, go there, inject there. That's the point. There's no point in just telling you, okay, inject there, and not explain why, have the feel for it. We spend the time to make sure that you really come out, I think, really comfortable, at least saying, okay, I really know what I'm injecting and why. Of course, time on tissue, keep practicing, keep playing. That's the only way you're going to get better and get more comfortable.
Okay. I have some of my anatomy books that they came off my desk. So this is one of my favorite ones. This is Rourke and Pessa's facial topography book. You can get off of Amazon. Dr. Rod Rourke is a world-renowned facial plastic surgeon out of Dallas, Texas. Amazing, amazing surgeon. And this has a lot of cadaver pictures in it. So this I love because it gives me really good live cadaver references. This one is with John Paul Lamb and Chris Zurich. This is a good facial volumization one. This is a newer one. Chris Zurich is he's a plastic surgeon out of Kansas City, and there's some good pictures in here. Not really so much cadaver photos, but there's a lot of really good drawings and some good explanations in this one. This is a smaller book, and this one's done really well in the injection world. This one is with Lee Walker, who is head of the complications management in Europe. A great organization. It's called CMAC. If you can become a member of it, it's great. They got a Facebook group and it's wonderful. He did this along with Tony Burke, who animated this. So this is a really good injection anatomy book. There's a lot of photos in here too. Pictures are good. We all live by pictures, so pictures are good. And then this one is called The Face. It's a pictorial atlas. This one is really good as far as layers. You get a lot of good layers and perception of what goes on what and how things connect in all different layers of the face. So this is a good one too. Anyway, it's called The Face. Lots of anatomy books. I love anatomy books. There you go. Okay, Rosalind, all yours. Go shopping.
Let's see, Kathy, cost for Founders Club plan.
Well, I don't know what the Founders Club. We'll message you on the cost for the Founders Club.
Yeah.
It's on the website. It's on our website.
Yes.
All the costs for these, and it's like you pay for a whole year is what you do, and then you have access.
Then you get discounts for all the other courses and all the other.
And the webinars are all free. All the webinars we've done are free if you are a Founders Club member.
Yep.
And those are $199 a piece.
Yep.
And you get a 20% discount on courses, so it's a pretty good deal.
Yep. Do you have a favorite cadaver course?
It's going to be ours.
Of course.
No, probably the favorite. My favorite one that we did are the ones we did a few cadaver courses with Codafauna last year,
That's been
and
pretty good. Those were really good.
Those were my favorite. You know, doing it with somebody who is an actual brilliant anatomist, and he has his PhD in anatomy. So learning from somebody like that is just amazing. Just mind blowing.
And remember, cadaver courses are great, but I'm a big believer if you're a new injector, as much as cadaver courses are wonderful, I think you have to do the base foundation, get a little bit of injecting underneath your belt so that you can go into a cadaver course understanding what you're trying to be looking for.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Cadaver, I tell you, when you go into a cadaver, you think, oh, this is going to be fun. I'm just going to be able to cut it open and see everything.
For somebody to do
and
it.
You macerate this tissue. You cut through stuff that you don't mean to be cut in through.
Yeah.
It gives you the ultimate respect for plastic surgeons. I'll tell you that. I would not want that job. I respect them tremendously because you can cut through something. Oh, I just cut through that big nerve in that artery, and
I had fun in med school doing it.
It's harder than it looks.
It
when
is.
you see people dissect away and tease away, they have the patience of a saint, and they really are good at doing that. It's like Codafauna and some of the other ones and Dr. Sadat really, really good at it.
Yeah. Lonnie asked, will he be in Hawaii? Unfortunately, not Codafauna. We're going to be working with Dr.
Sadat will be with us.
Yes.
So he does a really nice job.
Yep.
Smart guy.
Very, very smart guy. All right. I think our time is
Gosh,
up.
we just talked the whole time.
We did.
Sorry. Okay. So at least you guys have an idea of what's going on next year.
Yep.
And you have an idea of kind of what the giveaways are going to be and how to sign up for it. So if you have any other questions, just email learn@theaestheticimmersion.com, contact us, and we can help you along.
Yep.
And we are going to have a fun year coming up.
I know. Very, very full year packed. We're excited to see what else comes on. You know, maybe we'll talk about the new toxin that got approved. We're gonna play with it. Lots of fun things. So there are a lot of things, and that's the fun part about this field, right? There's constantly updates, you know, sometimes I buy a machine like, damn, I should have waited that extra month. The new one just came out.
Right. New things will always come out.
New things always come out. But, you know, we do our due diligence as much as we can and get the best of the best for what it is right now and what our demographics need. So thank you so much. I think our next AI Live is going to be January 3rd. And we are going to be talking about
Exosomes. We love exosomes.
Love.
So if you want to learn about that, that's going to be a great episode for you to learn all about what are
Yep.
they, how do they work,
Yep.
what do they do,
Yep.
why do we even use them, why do we choose them over, say, a PRP or something
Yep.
like that. So it's going to be a really good, informative episode.
Exactly. So with that, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Yes. And we will see you guys next year.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.